All right, I'm gonna go through examples H through J with you really quick. So this is all about estimating roots of non-perfect squares. So that's what you do when you find the two perfect squares that the number falls between and then pick the number that is closest to yours. It's kind of like rounding, but with square roots. So I'm actually gonna show you a different method than maybe you were shown yesterday. I like to make a number line of 1 through 12 normally is what you're going to see. And then I like to say what that number is the square root of. So 1 is the square root of 1, because 1 times 1 is 1. 2 is the square root of 4, since 2 times 2 gives you 4. 3 is the square root of 9. 4 is the square root of 16. 5 is the square root of 25. 6 is the square root of 36. 7 is the square root of 49. 8 is the square root of 64. 9 is 81. 10 is 100. Kind of ran out of space there. 11 is 121. And 12 is 144. So if you don't have those memorized, just refer to the notes. But yeah, I like to set up this number line. So now we're looking at the square root of 33. So the square root of 33 falls somewhere between 25, the square root of 25, and the square root of 36. So it's somewhere in between 5 and 6, but it's a little bit closer to 6. So for that, we just say that the square root of 33 is approximately 6. And that's how you estimate those decimals. So let's do the next example. I'll use a different color. The square root of 131 falls somewhere between the square root of 121 and the square root of 144. It's a little bit closer to 121. So it's a little bit closer to 11. So we're going to approximate that the square root of 131 is about 11. The final one is plus or minus the square root of 63. So we find where the square root of 63 falls between. It looks like it's somewhere between the square root of 49 and the square root of 64. It's definitely a whole lot closer to the square root of 64. So it's also closer to 8. So that would be plus or minus 8 approximately. That means approximately. So essentially you find what square roots it falls between and then you say what number is closer. And that is it for those.